All right, hello, good day to you, and welcome to our 7 day practice challenge. Woohoo! Day one. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about how this works. If you're here, then congratulations, you made the first step into, excuse me, setting up your 7 day challenge. Now, I want to kind of give a moment for people to catch on, so I'm just going to explain the basics so that way if you're watching this video later, you can get diving right into the information, but if you're logging on live, you won't miss too much. So, the idea of this 7 day practice challenge is as an artist, as a musician that's cultivating a daily practice, a lot of times that gets overridden, or maybe overridden. Well, it gets overridden by life. Hello, welcome. And also your practice can just sort of lose momentum, be unfocused or irregular. So the idea of this practice challenge is to sort of help you create a foundation so you can see that how regular practice really helps you make forward momentum on your instrument. And it's also to kind of like have a teacher who's guiding you through the process. Because I think a lot of times teachers just sort of say, like, oh, yeah, just go practice. And they don't necessarily teach very much how to practice, or even if they say, like, okay, do this 10 minutes a day. Um, they don't. I feel like having a guide. I'm like the guide on a tour guide. I'm touring you through how to set up a good practice. So nice. We got a couple people here. So there's some people that are going to be watching on YouTube. And I am going to be posting YouTube videos, not live, but a little bit later. And then we have people on Facebook. I see Sharon. Who else is here? Say hello in the comments. And got 3 people popping on, so welcome. So if you're here live, say your name. Just tell us where you're from. Uh, Tara's here. Hi, Tara. Hey, it's been forever. Welcome. So, welcome to the. Oh, Tracy's here. Hello. Nice. Hey! So I'm so excited you're here, and I know some people are going to be here in the mornings live, and some people are going to be watching later, so we get to all interact together. So I'm so glad you're all here. So we've got our practice challenge. So you guys ready to practice? I hope so. I'm imagining cheers like, whoa, yeah, we're so ready. Teach us how or show us how. Some of you already have a good practice routine, but it's really nice to get tips along the way on how to do it better, how to do it so you don't hurt yourself, how to do it so it doesn't feel, I don't know, annoying or frustrating or challenging, although we do challenge and frustrate ourselves in the process. So I think we've got you guys jumped on, so I'm going to just dive into our first day. So the general way this works is thus. So you come on here live if you can every day at 9 a.m. I will be here all week, and I'll be also posting videos to the Step Up Your Drumming and my YouTube channel videos. And you watch the video and then you practice. And every day that you practice, you come back to the video. So come back to the day one video at some point during the day, or maybe the next day if it's convenient, and just write like, I practiced, so that I know you've done your work for the day. And that's just a way that I can keep track of who's participating and whatnot. So other than that, that's pretty much it. I am accepting donations, so if you feel inspired to donate because you're like, I'm learning so much, Dee Dee's awesome. So feel free. I put my Venmo and PayPal. It's not required. This is a gift to you, but if you feel like sharing the mutual gift back, then I do accept donations because, I have to get on here at 9 a.m. every day. I'm just kidding. It's just to share the energy. So let's dive into day one. So if you do have a journal of some kind, I recommend bringing a journal because I'm going to ask you to sort of take some notes, think about some things. So if you need, you can also write on your computer or your phone, whatever you're watching on, but have something so you can make some notes along the way. So I'm Dee Dee Alder. I am a percussionist, I'm a musician, I'm a songwriter, I'm a teacher, and I have struggled with my life having a good practice routine. Maybe some of you that know me, like have met me in the last 5 years, would never guess that, but I probably flailed around on how to practice regularly for a good 12 years. Um, and it was sort of based on this stressful situation of like, oh, I have a show coming up. I should really get these songs down. And so it's sort of like what I learned how to do in school, which is to procrastinate my homework until the night before, 2 nights before, and then cram it in and stay up all night. And I just want to say that that does not work for practicing because you need to do it regularly for your body to understand what you want it to do. So there's no cramming. If you cram for a show or you cram for some kind of performance, then you end up not having it. It's not in your body yet, and so you can't embody it fully. So that is a little bit about me and my practice life. I've come to a place where I do have a regular practice, but I would say in the last couple months, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, I felt it was really difficult to kind of get in my flow. So I'm doing this practice challenge also for myself in that I want to make sure that I'm developing a good practice. Now, for your time in your practice, I'm at professional level, so I really want to sort of practice for 2 to 3 hours a day. That's my goal. I probably won't get there, but that's my goal. I'm going for. Oh, yay, Virginia's here. Hello, welcome. Virginia, if you want to say hi and where you're from, feel free to jump on the call. It's been a while. Jump on the comments. Facebook, these live presentations are so interesting because you get on a tangent and then you get sort of distracted by the people that jump on and then you have to get back to where you were. So, and it's morning time for me. Where was I going? Oh, so I was finding I needed the practice challenge for myself. So this is for all of us. All right, so first off, if you have your notebook handy, I'd love for you to just jot down for a second, and I'll give you time in this video to do it right now. I want you to decide what you want to practice, what needs practicing. So just take a few minutes, jot down the things you will be practicing. What needs practice? What do you hate practicing, but really need to do it? And I'm just giving you time during this video to do that. So go ahead. You can actually even write it in the comments if you feel like sharing in that way. And when you're done, I think Tracy, you're the one still here, so you get to be my timekeeper for those watching later. When you're done, give me like a thumbs up or a heart or something so I know that you're ready to move on to the next part. Not to put all the pressure on you. All right, nice. Cool, I got the heart. Thank you. All right, and then also take a moment underneath deciding what to practice. Think about for a moment what you really need to practice. So that may be different. You might have already got this list. You're like, oh, I need to practice these songs because there's this deadline, whatever. But now underneath, write, like, what is the thing musically that is missing that you need to practice? This might be something more like improvisation or playing with other people or practicing with a metronome or singing harmonies or something like that. So just make a list of things that are like your musical weaknesses that you know you need to practice but you didn't put on your practice list. Or maybe you did if you're like, a A+ student, you already covered these, but you might need to add some more things. And again, Tracy, when you're done, just give me a little sign so we can move on. Was that your sign, the thumbs up in the comments? I know, now I can't hear you. I'm going to assume that it is. She's got it. Okay, so with these two lists now, this is going to inform you of what to focus on this week. A lot of times we don't make a list and we just sort of are like, it's time to practice. Here's my stuff. Sometimes we do, we're very organized. Sometimes we're not. So, not yet? Okay, I'll wait. Sorry. I will wait. She's not ready yet. And so therefore others, I'm sure that will be doing this later, are not ready. All right, cool. All right, so now you've got your two lists, and I would like you to be informed by these two lists on what to work on. Now, the things on the top of your list might be things that you have material for, like there's songs that you know, or rhythms, or pieces that you're working on, whatever they may be. I'm guessing that the songs on the lower list are maybe things you don't have the skills necessarily or the know-how to do yet. And so for those might require a little bit of research. Like it might require finding a teacher who can give you a specific lesson in how to do a specific thing, or how, and if you find that is where that's true, that you don't really know how to do some of those things, I would say, pick one of those things at some point. It doesn't have to be during this practice challenge, and seek out a teacher specifically for that. I think a lot of times we tend to some teachers we have an ongoing relationship with, and that's awesome. So keep that going. But sometimes I feel like a lot of people can get into the like student gathering material mode, and it's interesting because that gathering material mode is actually can be a little bit like consumerist, as far as like I need more information, more. And sometimes having those teachers where we're just like signing up for a bunch of stuff with teachers, it actually distracts us from our personal practice and where we want to be going with our music. So just look at that list and see what's true for you in what I just said, and if in that second list, those are maybe bigger goals. Those might probably will not be able to be touched on much in a 7-day challenge, but that's also like the desire of like you to develop as a better musician, a better artist. Those are really the gold nuggets that you need to work on, because then you're starting to fill out your skills. And honestly, myself, I've had things on that list, my golden nuggets, that I've put off forever, for years and years. And I finally am like, oh, I'm taking a lesson on that and I'm making progress. And it feels so good. It feels so good because you're like, wow, I am now a better musician because I've done these things. So okay, so now you've got your list, and then the other thing I want to talk about with just a few minutes, because my goal is to make these videos about 15 minutes long, so they're not overwhelming. So for today, what I'd like you to do, you got your list, I'd like you to write down or think about the amount of time you want to spend each day practicing. So set a goal, and like for me, my personal goal is like 3 hours. I want to practice 3 hours, an hour on every instrument that I play. But the reality is that probably this week I'm not going to be able to spend 3 hours because I did not make major changes to my life schedule in order to do that. So I'm going to pick something more modest. So for me, I'll be like an hour. If I can do an hour, I want 3. I'm going for an hour. If I get bonus, that's wonderful, but I'm going to do 1 hour per day in my practice challenge. For you, it might be 15 minutes. It might be half an hour. It might be 3 sessions of 10 minutes. So we'll talk about that, how to structure your practice a little more. But for today, let's try to set a goal. Let's try to meet that goal for the next 7 days. And really, you'll only have to meet that goal for the next couple of days until I talk about how to break up your practice. And that'll happen a little bit later in this week. Okay, I see I'm at the 15-minute mark, so I am going to finish. So now that you've watched this video, just a couple tips. I take donations, so you're welcome to donate if you so desire. Make sure that after you finish your practice, come back to this video that'll be posted on Step Up Your Drumming. It'll be posted in my YouTube channel, and just write, I practiced, so I know who's on board and who's doing the work. And have a wonderful practice today. I will see you tomorrow, and we will dive into more. If you're watching this video archived later, please interact with this video as if it is live. So write in the comments. I will be monitoring these videos all week long, so if you ask me a question, I will be responding. So I am here, I'm interacting with you. So thank you all so much. I wish you good luck at the very beginning of this practice challenge, and I will see you tomorrow, and have a wonderful practice today. Okay, bye-bye.